So you could be so jubilant and then you do things you shouldn't be doing. So we'll look at this matter this morning on Front Story. We had initially supposed to bring you a one-on-one conversation with the media relations officer for the Ministry of Lands, Parkway Sishandofo. Unfortunately, issues with beyond our control have not made it possible to hold that conversation today. So for our viewers who are looking forward to that conversation, we sincerely apologize for that. We'll do well to bring you that conversation sometime later. But still on Front Story, we'll look at security, we'll look at the Boko situation and see how best we can continue to organize our society as Ghanaians. We'll also bring you our main discussion. Take a look at Pandai again. Pandai is always in the news. I'm sure that's up until the rerun occurs or the Supreme Court delivers its verdict. However it goes, we'll still be having conversations on Pandai. We know that Global Info Analytics have released a poll that puts Matthew Nyindam, who is standing or running for the NPP, some 4 points ahead of Daniel Watpao of the NDC. We'll take a look at Pandai once more. We also understand that Ghana's debt stock has risen, and so we'll look at that on our main discussion this morning on ABC in the morning. We'll bring you the latest in the world of sports. You do not want to miss out on that at all. And then we will bring you Ghana Speaks, where you would open the phone lines and you can call us and share your thoughts with us. It's a segment I love so much because we get to hear from you. You are the Ghanaian. You are directly affected by everything happening in the country. And so on Ghana Speaks, we look forward to hearing from you, where you call us on 053-916-1609, 053-916-1609. And then we'll bring you happy hour. You can also, if you want us to celebrate your friends, your family, your loved ones, get into our DMs, message us, inbox us on Facebook, on Instagram, on X, on TikTok, and we will do well to celebrate with you. You send us a picture of the celebrant, send us the message you want to send to the celebrants, their names and your names, and we will do well to celebrate with you. We have all of these on ABC in the morning, and so come along with us up until 10 a.m. as we have a very, very great show. Again, I am ABENA Mante, and I'm so pleased, I'm so honored to have you join me here on ABC in the morning. We'll take a quick break. When we return, we begin with our Front Story. Stay with us.
Oh, Kwame. You know our secret, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, me. I've got it.
Now add your Gino Jollof mix.
The perfect blend of tomatoes, pepper, and fine herbs and spices to ensure a consistent taste every time. And there you have it, your original Ghana Jollof.
Jollof so good.
Jollof so cool. Tasty, yeah.
What is going on here?
Enjoy Jollof the Ghana way. Gino Jollof is made with the perfect blend of tomatoes, pepper, and fine herbs and spices to ensure a consistent taste every time.
This advert is FDA approved.
welcome back. You're still watching ABC in the morning here on ABC News GH. On our front story this morning, we take a look at the Boko mediation. For decades now, the Boko conflict has been raging. A conflict that has been known as the decades-long conflict. Finally, we see some finality to the matter. President John Dramani Mahama requested of the Asantehene Otumfuo Osei II to mediate this situation. A few weeks ago, the Asantehene met with both factions, the Kusaug and the Mamprusi factions. After extensive conversations with them, the Asantehene is set to deliver his detailed reports to President John Dramani Mahama. He's delivering that report today. What is this report seeking to do? It is all part of efforts to secure lasting stability in Boko, in the Boko enclave. This is very, very important. This will not be the first time Asantehene has spearheaded conflict resolution. We saw that in the Abudu and Dani situation, the Yana situation. And we're hoping that this time also it is the same. And finally, we can see this issue resolved. Boko conflict has claimed so many lives. This year alone, right from the start of 2025, various reports of killings within Boko have come out. Boko virtually now stands as a ghost town, so to speak. Activities have ground to a halt. Businesses have folded up and left. Schools are not filled to the capacity they should be filled to, and so many things have been happening in Boko. One very distinct matter was a pharmacist who was driving and was killed. It was a very sad situation when that was reported. And all of these things scare people. The MP himself, Mahama Yage's home, was torched at some point. This is a situation that has persisted over a very long period of time. And it's a conflict that is hinged on chieftaincy. The Asantehene having led mediations where he's invited both factions, spoken with them, understood where they are coming from. We are hoping that this issue is resolved, the tensions reduced to the barest minimum, to even a point where we will say that there are no tensions in Boko. The situation escalated so much that some killings were recorded outside of Boko. You know, you go to a town and you think that, oh, I mean, I'm not in my hometown, and so I could not be harmed. But then you realize that conflict follows you. Conflict follows people. And so even outside, you see another, and you see them as your enemy, as a threat, and so you need to kill them. And that is how conflict spreads. All of this mediation is in a bid or efforts to ensure that this situation is contained, no matter how long it has persisted. This conflict in Boko has really, really affected the growth of Boko and its enclave. There's no real growth seen in Boko. People have been displaced. If you do not take care, they will not go back to their home as they know it or they knew it anymore. This is what conflict does. It perpetuates stereotypes. And so after a very long time, people still associate you with situations like this. And this is one of the things that the mediation should be looking at. Well, let's have some conversation. Richard Kumado is a security expert. He joins us. Good morning, Richard. Thank you so much for your time.
You're welcome. Go ahead, please.
Richard, the Asantehene is set to present his report to the president. Ahead of this report, how should we be organizing ourselves as a country, especially within Boko, knowing that even in times of joy, of jubilation, situations may mar that. And so how should we security-wise be organizing ourselves?
Ashanti Hene told them the last time when Kuma said that no matter what will be the content of the report, they should learn to live among themselves and live with one another, be at peace with one another. And number two, Brigadier General Walanyo said they are already on the ground and they want to make sure that they curtail any excesses or they want to curtail any security breaches and security lapses that will lead to the criminals taking advantage of the conflict. So that side is done. We are only waiting to see the actual content of the report, whether government will make it public or they will make some aspects public and what it contains. But as for security on the ground, as for the peace presentation, Ashanti has done it, and the Brigadier General has also given assurances to that.
Okay. Richard, this is a situation that has been long-lasting, that predates even our independence as a country. Moving on from this, hoping that today brings some lasting peace, how do you expect Boko to organize itself so that Boko can grow and meet standards across the country?
What I envisage, or what I suspect and what I imagine is that in the report there's going to be some level of recommendations, some number of recommendations to be prescribed. There will be some responsibilities assigned to certain specific people, and there will be some duties to be performed by certain specific people. It could be the two tribes, it could be the presidency, it could be government, it could be the security agencies, it could be the media, or it could even be the mediation team themselves. So we are waiting to see what it will look like and what are the core issues that has been addressed. Other than that, all what needed to be said is what Ashanti has said. Live among yourself and live at peace with one another. And that is the best form of peace you can have.
The conflict is hinged on one thing, chieftaincy. However, it has so many dimensions to it. Some people, like we've continued to say, came to inherit the conflict and thought to perpetuate it because this is what we know. However, the dimensions to it is that it has affected Boko socio-economically. There are people who have left Boko and who may not return again because of the scars they bear. Those who have lost loved ones, businesses that have folded, schools that have shut down. How do you see Boko rebuild itself along these lines?
It's on your show. You are talking about chieftaincy. You remember the last time we spoke about it and I said it was chieftaincy? There was a professor you brought on the show who nearly beat me up. You remember?
Yes, Richard.
Today you are the one talking about chieftaincy. Me, I don't know if it's chieftaincy. I think Ashanti King Solomon has looked at the issues, has dealt with the issues, has considered the issues, and they have come to some level of conclusion. What will make development come to Boko is when we are living at peace with one another. What will bring development to Boko is when we stop killing one another and we stop distracting many of the things we have established, so that indigenous and visitors and outsiders and everybody will share their personal and collective responsibilities by building up Boko. Then it becomes vibrant again, considering the proximity of Boko Brinduri enclave to Burkina Faso, down to Pusika to Togo. It's an enclave that used to be very vibrant. So if you take we human beings, Ghanaians and non-Ghanaians, friends and loved ones, colleagues, to be able to build it again, we can only build it when we have peace and security and safety can be guaranteed. And that is why Ashanti said, no matter whatever will be written in this particular report, let's learn to live among ourselves and live at peace with one another, and we'll be fine. I'm only hoping and praying that we will listen and take what he's saying seriously.
Okay. Well, Richard, the proliferation of guns, of arms, is one of the things that has reigned in Boko. People wielding guns anyhow, they own guns. How do we clamp down on that situation so that we can remove the arms from the people within Boko?
There's an amnesty going on which will end on the 15th of January. Probably public education is key, awareness creation is key, so that they can take advantage and hand over those guns. If they don't, then the military can use one of their methodology in retrieving those arms, and that may come with some level of punitive actions or ramifications. we can also stop the arms from getting into the Boko enclave if we want to. So those are the things we can do, and there are some we can do now, and there are some we can do in the future.
Let's take a look at the now, and then we'll look at the future. In the now, Richard,
now there's an amnesty going on.
Okay.
Public education should be key, and awareness creation should be key, so that people can take advantage of it, hand over the gun, and it doesn't come with any punitive action.
Yes.
In the future, they can forcefully enter into those communities and retrieve all those guns, but those ones come with some level of ramifications and punitive action.
But this is a people that have known conflict for a long time. I'm careful to say have known violence for a while. In dealing with a situation like this, do you meet resistance with strong arming, or it will be best that even in removing
the military can go in there and retrieve the guns if we want to, but we have also created a lean way by the amnesty so that people voluntarily and willingly can relinquish those guns to the state, and it wouldn't come with any ramifications. Other than that, the military has the power to go in there and retrieve those guns.
Okay. There's an economy that grows when conflict persists, and there are people who continue to enjoy the loot of such economy, or they enjoy the excesses of conflict. In dealing with this matter, trying to bring an end to it, how do we also work on breaking that economy that has grown out of the conflict? Economy of selling arms, economy of
This group, I think Ashanti mediation team might have considered that. I think government in itself might have considered that, and many of the things they'll be talking about in the report or subsequent decisions by government will look at this particular thing you are saying seriously, and they will find a solution to it.
Okay. Well, Richard, we'll all be looking forward to seeing what the report contains when it is presented. But earlier, you mentioned that, we have lost Richard Kumado. But thank you for joining us this morning, sir, on the show. That's all for Front Story. We'll bring you more after this break.
Rent back with the Pia Upa. Come on, come see what? Wait, Jessica. My friend, see before.
It's the Telecel Too Much Money promo. Win cash daily, weekly, and a grand prize of 1.2 million Ghana cedis. Just reload or buy a bundle with Telecel Cash to earn points and stand a chance to win big. Dial *500# or visit the Telecel Play app to opt in and start winning in the Telecel Too Much Money promo. Terms and conditions apply. This promo is regulated by the NLA on the Caritas Lottery platform.
When is campaign? If you're a baby, many schedule no. If you know, meto chiaka. Inti ene, uno ba no mpe baby amobeda. Oh no abeka. You did too much money. No matter.
Telecel, connecting energies.
Magic pepper and onion, a delicious tomato mix with tomato, pepper and onion. No grinding, no blending. Ya yenini na da da da. So pa mediane no abin.
Come on, Gino, do your magic.
And papa no kunu abefi.
Gentistia magic.
Gino Magic Pepper and Onion. The magic that brings them home.
This advert is FDA approved.
Are you an upcoming musician? Do you wish to shoot quality and affordable music videos?
Playing for your country, easy. Scoring, easy. Winning, easy. You know what be easy now? Kivo 4-in-1 Gary mix. Easy. It gets everything inside. Gary, creamer, sugar, roasted groundnuts. Just add water. Sharp my soakings make ready. Taste and energy. Made easy. I'm a match winner, but the real champion is Kivo 4-in-1 Gary mix. Champion taste.
Also available strawberry, coconut, and chocomore. This advert is FDA approved.
Hey, so mommy, who is going to do my wedding jollof?
Oh, Kwame. You know our secret, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, me. I've got it.
Now add your Chino Jollof mix.
The perfect blend of tomatoes, pepper, and fine herbs and spices to ensure a consistent taste every time. And there you have it, your original Ghana jollof.
Jollof so cool.
Jollof so cool. Tasty, yeah.
What is going on here?
Enjoy jollof the Ghana way. Gino jollof is made with the perfect blend of tomatoes, pepper, and fine herbs and spices to ensure a consistent taste every time.
This advert is FDA approved.
This week's been wild. New releases dropping, artists blowing up, moments going crazy on the timeline. Don't worry, we've got you.
We pull the highlights, the date, the event, everything you need to know, and then the real fun starts.
The official top 10 songs running the streets, the airwaves, and your playlists.
If the culture is talking about it, we are counting it down.
This is the rundown.
Rent back with the beer open. Come on, come see what? Where this guy? My friend, see before.
It's the Telesur Too Much Money promo. Win cash daily, weekly, and a grand prize of 1.2 million Ghana cedis. Just reload or buy a bundle with Telesur Cash to earn points and stand a chance to win big. Dial *500# or visit the Telesur Play app to opt in and start winning in the Telesur Too Much Money promo. Terms and conditions apply. This promo is regulated by the NLA on the Caritas Lottery platform.
When is campaign? If you're a baby, many schedule no. If you know, meto chiaka. Inti ene, uno ba no mpe baby amobeda. Oh, no abeka. You did too much money. No matter.
Telecel, connecting energies.
Welcome back. Let's throw some spotlight on issues within our community. So we bring you Community Watch this morning. Let's go back to Ajay Kojo, Ashaiman Road, and see the deplorable state and what community members, commuters, and sellers are calling for duty bearers to do within the community.
To another episode of Community Watch on ABC News Ghana Television. I am Khadija Isifu. Today, we turn our lenses on the Sun City Ajay Kojo stretch from the Shaman Under Bridge in the Tema West Municipal Assembly. Join us as we hear from commuters, commercial drivers and Okada riders as they uncover their urgent needs that has to be addressed by the authorities. Beneath the Ashaiman Underbridge lies a road with a long and troubled history. A stretch that connects thousands of commuters from Ashaiman and from the Ashaiman Underbridge to Ajaikojo. Yet one that has remained a daily struggle for residents and motorists for decades. Despite promises made by authorities to fix the road, it continues to be a source of frustration, with previous construction efforts being short-lived. When it rains, the road disappears under murky water. When it dries, clouds of dust rise like smoke, choking commuters. Drivers and traders say each day they risk their health. While some of the drivers and commercial motor riders complained of joint pains because of the bumpy nature of the road, some of the traders complained about respiratory illness due to the dust they inhale daily.
Oh, hi, and the brain. Even so, we say me driver crampo na miss per pass na the car ni say my make shop no na dia. Even yeah pomudi kra na high because you gina high we hu cars na twam no the dust brain. Dust ni so ekoyemu so e maye yare. Sempani for nti omi tumi ha so mpani for so tete ha bia ye to eduro ye honam dia ye ntimi kasabio obia sore a no se ni sisi ni body nti eduro dia pharmacy for no kura sisi a omo ho wo beto eduro kura na o sese ade wo ye okada na nti yesra abai on hwe so na
ntimi ko du fia ntimi bo se meyi frames sa na miti me manu so min point ntemuti mini omo ane wa ha be wanu muso muti na makoto edramu nti mu boye bre wa ha
guys had even last almost 2 weeks in the krampo no intimi nya adwuma me bamba daka musa ko futuru no ekumi intimi nya adwuma intimi daka musa me no kasisi afi na ma ba se mba be ye adwuma kakra.
Always headache because the dust it have been affecting us a lot.
My yare baby, me ba ha na nye say na me voice there, and na nye say na me kasa. Sisi afutro na wura ye musa, ya toto nro sa ya bre. Ama yare ukwa check up ya si typhoid. Any yarewa baby, futro ni de ha ye. Ekuye. Nanso ye ni baby konti ama ya tini, ye da ho tin futro ni.
Enu kranya me ni, ufa we ya ubedi abaye we ya. Ubedi abaye because yes bang see ya. Will be there, but mostly your waist and your back pains no there or your spinal cord here. Mostly no, or no the most affected part within a motor so now far rob so and no na there at affect here.
But yeah, you know not scanning now that go to do. Let's go in go to do. They will be on the coffee kula because they come here ejima zumba.
Beyond the inconvenience, the economic toll is heavy. Frequent breakdowns mean high maintenance costs. Drivers and Okada riders shared how they spend more time at mechanic shops than on the road. And as family heads with responsibilities, many say they are sometimes forced to increase their fares just to keep up with the rising maintenance costs and still support their household.
Who call shop in there? A channel house shop. Oh, who call shop in there? Who shops best say at all the times? Can I ever near their call shop? Nti ama ahunchire kura ewo fie. Opie anapa bedjuma. Ontimi yi chop money. Chop money na obeyi no. O feel like me moto no kura anye. Nti me diska we eje afia.
Enne ya me no kese me ba ye kura me shaft akutu owo kwan no so because of okwanity. Ti wo fa load kakra bia niam kakra bia de isa wo gibe 20 series no esa uchi nipa no more than that esa no mo so mo complain because ya onimsi ade no enso sa but wo su fi so kwan be haunti wo charge more than that yes and so na esa nke ba no
from Aha to Santo ekwan nye enti sometimes kwa skabia ensesa woji nipa na osene wokrapo wofa wokrapo na sa woji enti sa enti saban to bet me aba abehwe na wa ya man dia because yesu yeka aba yeka market hu na market no ekoso
ana kwa na yakwan nye ama ya bre o to ma se nkrampo a endu wan ya na ma se source nyina access
kwanu tanu nye nti ese ye machines no pass no boy di this bobi wo betuma de boy di
I go mechanic shop 2 times because of the route is no good too. They give me waist pains.
Breakdowns are constant, accidents are frequent, and for many drivers and Okada riders, their livelihoods continue to slip away with every pothole.
Bia kwani nye mami ndoji se ansa na oba for hono na ka so aso every afa hono mu nti saa no emeya accident wa ha ye de bia ye ni trotro drivers ye ku e wa ha se accident de tasipa even enira ya accident ase ha enam saa kwanu nye no nti
this speed is an omu bedu ha se omu refi se ha no e rough road enra akra ka kitikiti accident se wa ha se nti odu ha obechi break na ni refi no na obehu anaka na ti free last year say microphone bebre wa ha se
You be going, you see somebody in front of you, you want to dodge. Maybe somebody is on your back and that time you realize they come and crash you.
The economy of this corridor continues to suffer. From food vendors to shop owners, business operators say the poor road condition is slowly crushing their survival as customers avoid the area and sales decline.
When a customer came here to buy, because of the dust, it have been worrying them, so they have to move to other place to buy. So it have been worrying us.
Private car for ya omuba ha be di dwama ye no nan se omu se ye kwan nye nti omu ma abium. Omu twemu a aida so omu kotema na so omu kwa Accra. Enti no ye de ye ni tutu ye na ye hu se aban fufure beba no ye de ye rehye no mu se bia nka oba obeba be boa ye no abaye kwan na ma ye.
Ha dream bebre ebi wa obi person di wa but see dust na mini na kasa so enye hwe nti obi open no we di wa obi on pen no se chichiri mam na me mfa nko nti ya ha asitreni de ede
nso ni tona se ekwan ni ye pachapacha de ankofo mba nti da de edwa no eya ekofom edwa no kofom.
Day after day, the suffering deepens. Commuters stranded, cars breaking down, drivers losing money, vendors losing customers. And as the dust blinds and the mud traps, one message echoes across the Sun City Ejoikojo stretch. Authorities must act now before this road becomes a full-blown disaster.
Problem kasepa ya kwan no, kwan ne de. So the
road they have to come and do it for us because always we have been paying tax. So they have to come and do it for us.
Nyankopon ya adum na ekwan emra so ekwan ne ba so na ye yi a ya yeti kwan no so no enye ye pe si yeti kwan no me gidi se mo ye kwan ne wi a ye be pe dabra ma ye ne enso ya kwhye ho ne ya ton ade no cars be ba bebra be to ade ama ye yenso ye mpa ibo ne se kwan no be ya ama ye.
There were problems because of a coin. Yes, repenting for some moment, I may be in my.
Got you, say, I'm a mobile by a coin my because coin a kuya pa. Yeah, yet me that until yes, I'm by a coin my.
No, they are no crepa. Say, I'm bet me up a my boy, papa, because that's no crap on a kuya crap with your body. Once a matter, if you see. Emuka kenemiko yi wo store ema obi confirm obi won say atale afi ayeti say maybe me ejuma bia fitana pa besu by this time but that's na ekwan ni that's na enti aban ni de ye throw mu
so omuhwe no omuyema enuti na eto abama omu betuma asira abani se ya paacho onhwe sa akwa na emaye na ya adwuma no nso oma onhwe ya adwuma nso emaye na bibia betuma yeso ye betuma anya kakra nso adi e betuma anya kakra nso emaye papa no ye maame nso
that so construct the roof for us
adisade ni adisade driver fu yin na ye wa Ajekojo kanewu anytime west the edit stress the shrimp info any road minister any honorable James enu ye na ye ka bom e ya adwen ba kotoma no tema west drivers nti yesre no so ombo modin ya se de bo hye no no e di hye ya yeso yegina so to abaman no onfa sa bo hye na no mbo an okwan ni so na ye sa de a ye bre because ya adwen posan ka ye be ko demonstration asi kwan ye nya adwuma but ye hwa se de driver passenger so mo be kire omunti no ye ni na to na ye so ye nam so ye adwuma yesre na ni die mu road minister any honorable James enu onka bi maye no mombo an e wo kwan ni so ye brepa.
In the end, the Sun City Ajaikojo stretch is more than a bad road. It is a daily test of resilience, health, and survival. But the people have spoken. Their message is clear. Their plea is urgent. Fix this road. Dust has become synonymous to the Sun City Ajaikojo stretch in the Tema West Municipal Assembly. And as we wrap up on today's episode of Community Watch, the people of Sun City and Ajaikojo are saying that until this road is fixed, the ride on the stretch remains a reminder of unfulfilled promises.
Well, so that is the plight of the commuters who use the Ajaikojo Ashaiman Road, the sellers along the road, the drivers who ply the route, and their situation is in need of attention. And so duty bearers within that enclave, the Ajaikojo Ashaiman Road, needs to be looked at and sorted, as we would say, so that they can also be free, especially for those who are experiencing very dire health implications. One woman said that this is not how her voice sounded, that is not how she spoke before she started working along the road. The inhalation of dust and all has affected her to that point. The sellers bemoan how their customers have had to stop coming there because they complain of the dust and they complain of the nature of the road affecting their cars. Drivers talk about how they have to up their fares so that they can get some money to service their cars, and so it's multifaceted. So many people are hit differently by the nature of the road. The Ajaikojo Ashaiman Underbridge Road. That's all for Community Watch. We'll take a break. When we return, we'll bring you some conversations on our main discussion that you do not want to miss out on at all.
Everything you need to know, and then the real fun starts.
The official top 10 songs running the streets, the airwaves, and your playlists.
If the culture is talking about it, we are counting it down.
This is the rundown.
Hey, so mommy, who is going to do my wade jollof?
Oh, Kwame. You know our secret, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, me. I've got it.
Chino Jollof Mix.
The perfect blend of tomatoes, pepper, and fine herbs and spices to ensure a consistent taste every time. And there you have it, your original Ghana jollof.
Jollof.
Soko.
Jollof Soko. Tasty nye.
What is going on here?
Enjoy jollof the Ghana way. Gino Jollof is made with the perfect blend of tomatoes, pepper, and fine herbs and spices to ensure a consistent taste every time.
This advert is FDA approved.
Playing for your country, easy. Scoring, easy. Winning, easy. You know what be easy now? Kibo 4-in-1 Gary mix. Easy. It gets everything inside. Gary, creamer, sugar, roasted granules. Just add water. Sharp my soakings make ready. Taste and energy. Made easy. I'm a match winner, but the real champion is Kibo 4-in-1 Gary mix. Champion taste.
Also available strawberry, coconut, and chocomore. This advert is FDA approved.
Gino Magic Pepper and Onion, a delicious tomato mix with tomato, pepper, and onion. No grinding, no blending. Ya yenini na da da da. So pa mediane no abe. Come on, Gino, do your magic. And papa no kunu abefi.
Tasty magic.
Gino Magic Pepper and Onion, the magic that brings them home.
This advert is FDA approved.
Rent back with the beer open. Come on, come see you. Wait, this guy. My friend, see the phone.
It's the Telesur Too Much Money promo. Win cash daily, weekly, and a grand prize of 1.2 million Ghana cedis. Just reload or buy a bundle with Telesur Cash to earn points and stand a chance to win big. Dial *500# or visit the Telesur Play app to opt in and start winning in the Telesur Too Much Money promo. Terms and conditions apply. This promo is regulated by the NLA on the Caritas Lottery platform.
Amacho, sister no man ko. When is campaign? Sister no man ko. If you're a baby, many schedule no. If you know, meto etiaka. Inti ene, uno ba no mpe baby amobeda. Oh, no abeka. You did too much money. No matter.
Telecel, connecting energies.
You're welcome back. You're still watching ABC in the morning. Thank you so much for sticking and staying with us. It's time for our main discussion. We're taking a look at the Pandai rerun. We know that Pandai rerun has been slated for 30th December 2025. just at the end of this month, at the end of this year. Regardless, Matthew Nyindam has also taken the matter to court, and so the matter is at the Supreme Court. But Global Info Analytics have released a poll, and per their poll, Matthew Nyindam of the NPP is leading Daniel Watbao of the NDC by some 4 points. This is not too big a gap, so whoever decides to work hard will get it. If it happens, if it continues like this, Matthew Nyindam, then it means that Matthew Nyindam may win the seat. If it switches, then it means that Daniel Watbao may also win the seat. But this is how it is looking. Let's have some conversations on this matter. Joining us is the Deputy Director for Elections and IT for the NDC, Rashid Tanko Computer. Would also be joined by the former Ashanti Regional Communications Director for the NPP. We will be joined by him on the show, Dennis Kwakwa. But at the moment, we have Mr. Rashid Tanko Computer joining us. Good morning, sir, and thank you for your time.
Good morning, dear. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. I trust you're also doing well.
I'm terrific.
Wonderful. How is the elections picking up, the campaign picking up in Bandai for you, the NDC?
Very well. We are ready for the elections, the rerun. In fact, our teams are in the constituencies and setting our message effectively. And I can assure you, we are going to win the election hands down. We will beat NPP and Martin Nyindam with heavy defeat.
Okay, but well, there's a poll that is out, and this is a poll that many call credible because over the past 1 year, whatever it has predicted has happened. The poll has it that Matthew Nyindam is leading Daniel Watbao and the NDC by some 4%. You say that you beat the NPP and Matthew Nyindam hands down. How are you going to achieve this despite the poll?
Very well. We respect Musa Dankwa polls as a political party. We don't take it lightly at all when he comes out with his results. I mean, we always take it on board, go and onto the table to really look at some of the great areas where we think that we are challenges. Then we quickly work around it to avert any difficulty we might face in the field. So we always rely much on some of these things. Polling is very important, and it's one of the astute posters we have in the country currently. And so we know that, yes, there are some few challenges. We are working towards it. We still have 2 weeks. We just started serious activity about 3 days ago in the constituency. We've been trying to fix out the final funeral rites of my boss, Omani Boama, last weekends. And so we'll be quite busy out there. Trying to organize ourselves. You remember when we were going to Akwatia, similar thing happened. Once the accident happened, we were busy morning and trying to fix out what really happened. Once the MPP took lead, and so when Musa Dankwa did his first poll in Akwatia, MPP was leading, and it was out there. And then a lot of our supporters were even telling us, with this, they don't need for us to go. We said we are going there to beat them. And when we squeeze in strongly, we overturn it. And I can assure you, we are going to overturn it. We've taken note of that poll, and we are going to work assiduously to make sure that by the close of next week, if a new poll should come out, you will see NDC leading in that place.
You are very sure of that? If by the close of next week a new poll comes, NDC would lead?
Very, very sure of it, because our team of experts who know how to sell our messages to the people. Don't forget, if you look at his outcomes, 3% undecided voters are there in the constituency, right? Now, this 3%, we will make sure that they decide for the NDC.
Okay.
We are going to do it.
How are you going to do that? I'm interested in knowing how you're going to turn 3% of undecided voters in your favor.
Oh, they want to understand what we are bringing to the constituency.
Such as?
That's such as development, educational sector, agri sector, their roles. They want to have understanding of it. And so if we are able to sell our message to them, let them understand that this is what we intend doing and doing. Don't forget, we are not the type who will go to buy election with bulldozers and then earth moving machines. We don't do that. It's not part of our DNA. And so we will go and sell our message properly to them, and I can assure you they will vote for the NDC.
Okay. You want 3% of these voters to become yours. If those 3%, if the polls are anything to go by, and you're able to convert 3%, that still puts you below Matthew Nyindam. You get 49%. How are you going to pull some of the votes from Matthew Nyindam's camp onto the NDC? How do you do that?
That is what I'm saying. That is about messaging. All this is about messaging.
Okay.
The way you package your message, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm saying that we just started serious activity about 3 days ago. So I can tell you at the time the polls were conducted, we were not seriously on the ground.
Okay. So all of this period since the Tamale High Court delivered the judgment, I remember speaking with Mahdi Jibril. He mentioned that you guys were on the grounds in Pandai actively working. Today, you said that serious activity started 3 days ago. And so from that period up until now.
You see, being in the constituency, I've visited the constituency about 2 times.
Okay.
Yes, it was a preparation. Checking the structures.
Okay.
Trying to set up the structures and all that before you kick off.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying?
Right.
My colleague Mahdi, yes, he rightly put it. He was there. And then all this was just preparation grounds to prepare the place for it. Do you know that our first meeting with all the branch executive was held about 3 days ago? The 152 branches, executives, to tell them what we intend doing and all that, just about 3 days ago. You remember this episode came out after the meeting. That's the first time we had serious activity in the constituency. And I'm telling you that, look, watch it. It happened in Akotia, and it will happen in Pandai again. We are going to beat NPP, hands down. They will lose heavily.
Today we understand that the Supreme Court will be hearing the matter Matthew Nyindam and his lawyers have taken to them concerning this situation. The Supreme Court's decision is very paramount to every other situation. It could overturn it. If it happens, or in the case where the Supreme Court's decision is overturning the High Court's decision or the rerun, Mr. Computer, how is the NDC positioned to accept that?
We have not been safe. In fact, I can speak on authority that my candidate has not been safe. Wapal. Daniel Nsala Wapal has not been safe. So we are not going to any court today.
But this is what's reported that the Baileys were looking for Daniel Wapal to serve him. However, he had been evading service.
When you say evading service, what does that mean? That means the person is supposed, you are supposed to look for the person and save him. If you don't get him, how do you come and conclude that he's evading service?
So he has not been looked for. Is that what you're saying?
They have to look for him and save him.
Okay.
He cannot say he evaded. How can he? My client is a responsible person. In fact, our candidate is very responsible. A former MP, he has served in the August House. Don't forget, he sent the application to the High Court and got favorable ruling in his favor. How can you say such a person is evading service?
So Daniel Wapal is not evading service?
He is not evading service. He has not evaded any service. He's there, he's alive, he's in the country.
Okay,
he's busy preparing himself for the rerun.
So are you saying that it is the bailiff who is not doing his work well?
I'm not saying that. Maybe you are adducing that to him.
Right, but you said that since he's not being served, you will not be in court today. But if
of course, if you are not served, why are you in the court?
But if the judge still makes a determination and the justices, beg your pardon, and make a determination and it overrides the High Court's decision that there should be a rerun, how would you be receiving it?
There's nothing like that in law. If you send somebody to court and you have not served the person, no judge will sit on that matter until the person is served. You just go to court and start discussing matters on matters that you have not, the other party is not in the know. Nobody does that.
Is that Daniel Wapal's strategy?
It's not a strategy. That's the legal thing. You must do it first. That is the process. That is the process when it comes to matters of this nature. And that's the process. And it's a tried knowledge. So this one there is not about Daniel Wapal's strategy or somebody's strategy. That is the try. Every lawyer knows it. And so it's a simple matter. If we are safe, we will see us in court and we'll slug it out with them.
This situation is quite reminding me of last year when some vacant seat situations came up, the conversation came up, and finally a substituted service had to be served or made. And then the NDC says they were chasing the NPP MPs to some points where now you had to paste the notices on their buildings so that they could find it. Are you repeating what happened last year?
That's what I'm saying. I have just given you a position that we have not been safe. And that is it. And so long as we have not been safe, we have no business coming to court. What are we coming to court to do? So you just walk to the court because you feel that you want to go and see the building and see the judges. Is that how you do things?
But Mr. Sanko, this situation is all over the news. We have been talking to you about the matter, and so at this point,
the fact that you have been talking to us about the matter doesn't mean that is service.
I perfectly appreciate that.
We can decide to say we are just listening to you. You are also a lot of.
I perfectly appreciate that. I'm coming from the point where we've also, like you're saying, you could say you are listening to us, and so we are also bringing it to your attention that this is the matter within. In the airwaves, there's a bailiff that is looking.
We don't have legal matters on airwaves,
and so you take it as you've not heard that the bailiff is looking for your client. Your client is not missing.
It's not part of the process.
Okay.
If it is part of the process, that is it. In any case, the NDC is not part of the case. It's Daniel Wakpao against them.
But Daniel Wakpao belongs to the NDC.
Yes, that is it. But the NDC as a corporate body is not party to that.
We appreciate that. So wouldn't you be speaking, since you are the Deputy Director of Elections, you know where he is and all, wouldn't you maybe give him a call, tell him that we have also heard that a bailiff is looking for you, so that maybe this situation will be solved? You never know, maybe if the matter is such on or is looked at, it may go in favor of Daniel Wakpao himself.
Yeah, I don't work in the court, and then so I'm not supposed to do the work for the court.
All right.
The court has its workers.
Okay.
And then so therefore they should know how to do their work.
Okay. Well, we look at 30th December, but before I come back to more conversation, Dennis Kwakwa, former Ashanti Regional Communications Director for the NPP, has joined. Let me welcome him so he also gives us his thoughts on the matter. Dennis, you're welcome. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you very much, and good morning.
Good morning. Dennis, we have some 2 weeks more for the rerun in Pandai to occur. We understand that the court hearing for the matter that Matthew Nyindam took to the Supreme Court is today. However, bailiff says that they're unable to locate Daniel Wakpao to serve him. The NDC says that they have not been served, and in any case, they are not part of the matter. Dennis, you look at all that is happening, coupled with the fact that Global Info Analytics is putting your candidate some 4 points ahead of Daniel Wakpao. Does this give you any positive feelings about the election?
Thank you very much. Good morning to your viewers.
Good morning.
I believe we are all entertaining some kind of useless activity. Nobody should be interested in even discussing some of these things today. Our position was that if the Speaker of Parliament had not in a haste written to the EC, nothing would have gone wrong. And probably after today, it would have been a very good topic to discuss, whether there was the need for a rerun in Pandai or not. You have a whole parliamentary candidate who says that in the next 2 weeks he's going to win election to become a member of parliament. And the court and the EC, whoever it is telling us that they cannot see him to serve him. So why is he campaigning? Where has he been going on campaign? Because there's been a couple of events that have been brought to news that the NDC have been on the ground campaigning. So where has the parliamentary candidate been? And where has he been campaigning that they cannot even locate him to serve him? We believe that the finality to some of these things is to come from the court. So the Supreme Court hearing today was going to be one of the things that was going to tell the people of this country what was right to do. And that is the reason why we have all been saying that the Speaker of Parliament acted in bad faith. The Clerk of Parliament needed to have recorded the letter. The EC should have put everything they are doing on hold. Talking about what Global Info Analytics say, I am not so much interested in it.
Why aren't you? Dennis, this is a poster.
In law,
Please go ahead.
In law, they say that fraud omnia vitiates. Fraud vitiates everything. And so once we see the process to be flawed, we see that it is something that is being done in bad faith. I don't think we are so much interested in looking at what the polls are saying. I don't even think Honorable Nyindam and the party machinery has been on the ground doing any serious campaign for the seat. We believe that due process has not been followed.
Okay.
We believe that the President of the Republic, President Dramani Mahama, is now trying to shortchange the people of this country, trying to claim the independence of every single institution that is supposed to provide sovereignty and justice for the people of this country. And Pandai seat going for this rerun is one of the ways to help President Mahama sustain some of the things that he's doing that we believe are not going to help this country. And so I don't think we have so much interest in this election. As far as I'm concerned, if the NDC through these machinations come and tell us they have taken the seat of Pada, I will never be worried. I will not be worried. It is a stage in life. It's like you are swimming in the sea and you see that you are moving against the tides and the waves and you are getting drowned. The best thing is to just stop opposing the waves. If you oppose it, the more you are likely to be drowned easier. The NPP, we find ourselves in a situation where even the good people of this country, most of them are now trying to betray conscience when it comes to matters of discussion. And we just have to accept that. It is a time that we have to allow us to get to our lowest, no matter what. Once we know our level, how low we get to, we get opportunity, then we can strategize and bounce back. I told the NDC, in 1992, we gave all the seats in this country to them. In 1996, we became a very formidable opposition, and in less than 8 years, we claimed power. We are not a party seeking to be elected for the first time. We've won 2 very competitive elections in this country. Both twice, Kufuor winning 2000, Kufuor winning 2016. They were highly competitive elections. We have come back to power before, after losing 2008. I believe that we have every opportunity to come back in 2029. It will not be dependent on whether we lose Pandai or we win Pandai. That is a fact. But if you have a constituency where the young people of that constituency are saying that they are not interested in any election, it must tell the President of the Republic that that goodwill that he's been counting on is far lost. You see, when the people go around and say, oh, Mahama has done well, they are praising Mahama as if nothing has happened in this country before. 1 year into Akufo-Addo's government in 2017, when he was moving around anywhere in this country, women were laying their crop for him to pass on it. In Mahama's 1 year administration, you have a lot of young people going on demonstration against him. Labour has been agitating. That did not happen in the first year of Akufo-Addo's 2017 government. And so if people talk as if the NDC has achieved so much, they've got a good way that has never been in this country before, I laugh. Because these are political seasons. They come and they go. Akufo-Addo says that when you get political goodwill, use it fast because it dwindles faster. That is the word of the president at one point in time.
But Dennis, at this point, your candidate or your member, Matthew Nyindam, is in Pandai. He's been campaigning, and so regardless, he still wants to go to Parliament. On Global Info Analytics, this is a group or posters whose work over the past 1 year has had some merit. And so if you are putting your candidate ahead of the NDC's candidate, isn't this an opportunity to take advantage of, to see whether the people of Pandai really want Matthew Nyindam to represent them?
So if the people want Matthew Nyindam to represent him, that should not be determined by by-election at all costs, because he's some member of parliament who lost his seat and was re-elected in 2020. But it tells you that people like him. And so the fact that Info Analytics says he's leading does not mean that we have to run if and die. Sometimes we must live by our principles. We believe that due process is not followed. The Supreme Court is yet to make a determination. I believe that the actual work of the MPP, whether we are serious about the seat or not, is going to be determined after the court case. And I think we have time. We can let it happen today. After today, we know what we can do. So if the NDC says they are not part of the case, the laws of this country does not give them the opportunity to decide whether they will be in court or not. There are so many people who have been tried in absentia. If the court determines whatever it is, and they think that they were not there, and so they'll have to go and make their own applications later, I don't care. Let's wait for the court this afternoon, especially, to see what they say. Now, I tell you, I think I told you the last time, and I'll tell you, my confidence is not so much in the court that the court are going to do what is right. I don't expect them to do what is right. Nobody should even expect that from the court henceforth. But at the end of the day, the court of public opinion will still be there to pass good judgment. It is going to come from the people of Pandai, whether they are happy about what President John Mahama is turning this country into or not. And I believe Martin Nyindam, whether in the constituency or out, is not a matter for any of us to discuss, because he's a member of parliament. He goes to the constituency every day. He goes to community visits. And so if people are trying to chase him out of the constituency, if he goes out, he'll tell people the wrongs that have been meted out to him. And I don't think that is in any way any kind of serious campaign. We wait for the court to determine its case before it, and then we come back and see the best thing we have to do as a party.
Well, Mr. Rashid Sanko Computer, are you still with me, sir?
Well, I'm here, but I didn't hear what he's saying. It appears you muted me from him, so I hardly heard what he said.
Oh, too bad. We apologize for that. We will take care of that so that you come in. But Dennis really is not enthused about how the situation has gone so far. Seeing as the seat was declared vacant, there were so many calls that the Parliament should recall the letter it wrote to the EC, for which it propelled EC to declare that there will be a rerun on 30th of December. But let me come to you and let's take a look at Matthew Nyindam. He has sued the Clerk of Parliament, Mr. Jetro, for contempt. This whole situation, isn't it becoming murkier by the day?
It's much ado about nothing. He's just wasting everybody's time. While he's doing this, he's in the constituency campaigning. What kind of hypocrisy is that? They're just buying time. We know what they are looking for. They know. Why is it that they are not attacking the ruling of the High Court? Have you seen any of them comment on the ruling of the High Court? It's quite revealing. A lot of illegalities were perpetrated against the people of Panda. That's why they nullified the election results. I give you an example. How can you go and vote at one polling station, 1,400 people? Which polling station do you have in Ghana that is even up to 1,000? The highest you have is 750. Yet Panda, some polling stations were recording 1,200, 1,400. And you think this is a good election?
Because Uncle, the concerns that a lot of people have been raising is the fact that there's a rerun in the entire constituency. That if it was just 40 polling stations, that's one.
That's not 41. That's the fake news that the MPP is paddling around. I said they should go back and read the ruling. Whether the ruling, the judge talked of only 41. We went with 14 reliefs. 14. Not one relief, 14. Okay. And one of the reliefs was that there should be a rerun for all the polling stations. They should nullify the constituency, the entire results. It's in our reliefs.
Why did you want that? Why did you want?
Because they violated Regulation 43 of CI 127.
Okay.
How to collect parliamentary election results was hugely violated. MPP connived with crooked electoral officers to rig the election, and we showed evidence with the 41 polling stations.
Mr. Let me bring your attention to a conversation we had with a senior analyst at Global Info Analytics on this matter about the Pandai rerun. He raised concerns about the motive behind the election. Because he said he did not see the need for which the NDC should continue to pursue some of the seats. His reason being that you risk disaffection from the Ghanaian people. He talks about persecution, and he's not the only one who holds thoughts like that. We've heard that in other conversations, that if you looked at the Asin seat where Jachi Kwesen was also really under extreme stress, like we are seeing Matthew Nyindam, at some point it got to look like the NPP were persecuting the person Jachi Kwesen, and it was not really about the seat. And so now it looked like greed. And that is how, to some extent, it is playing in this Pandai seat. That NDC, you seem not to know when to stop. Because we also understand that you have some 2 seats that you are eyeing. When does it become enough so that you read the room and you see the perception that the Ghanaian people are building or creating in their minds about the party?
When NPP and conniving with the Electoral Commission stop illegality, we will also stop. I've just given an example. Somebody has rigged, has stolen people's mandate, and is sitting in Parliament with it. And you think that we should fold our arms just because you feel that there will be a perceived persecution? Who is persecuting who? An applicant has gone to court. They're seeking the court release that, look, this gentleman was not fairly or properly elected. Nullify the election and give evidence, enough evidence, warranting the nullification. And then you come out and say he's being persecuted. I've just given an example. In the judge ruling, he mentioned some 2 polling stations where each of them recorded over 1,000 votes. And I'm asking you are a reporter. You reported the 2024 election. Did you see any polling station that even recorded 900 votes? And you are saying somebody is persecuting who? Is that the kind of election you want to have in Ghana?
Granted on
that issue doesn't arise at all.
Okay, but the question also is how we know that we organize ourselves as a people when it comes to elections, and having run elections extensively yourself, you know how people begin to become disaffectionate when certain matters come. It's not only about the numbers, it's also about the feelings. And so in all of these, how are you managing perception? How are you managing the publics? How are you managing?
The public is satisfied. The public, in fact, they are happy. We are taking the. You saw what happened at Scotia. They were so happy.
Okay.
The people are happy because they are going to get proper representation. Nyindam rigged the election and got himself sworn into Parliament. And you think, why is the cost there? The costs are there to rewrite the wrongs. That is why the costs are there. And so if you perceive that somebody has done something wrong against you, you go to the court.
But Nyindam has also gone to court. That is why I kept asking about the 7.
Well, that is his day. He will have his day in court. Nobody has prevented him from going to court. Has anybody asked him not to go to court?
Right.
He's in the court.
Okay.
Nobody has prevented. He has his liberties. His liberty, everything protected by the court. So he's there. Let him go. He has his day. He's there. Look, he bought another one, stay of execution in Tamil High Court. When we were properly said, we appeared before the court. On the 10th, we were in court with them.
So what do you mean by properly served? I want to understand it.
I'm just giving you that thing. If I'm a party to a case, and you think that I'm a defendant and you have not served me, then you go to want to prosecute the matter in court. Is that how the law courts work?
Well, let me go back to Dennis. Dennis, left to you alone, Matthew Nyindam would not follow this case to the court. Is that what you feel?
No, he has to follow the case to court. We, the MPP, have always believed and positioned ourselves that it is only the law that will help us develop. We don't believe in the rowdiness and the attitude of the NDC, where violence is always the order of the day. And so we believe that the court is the right place to seek justice. That is why I've always been expressing the fear that what President Mahama is trying to turn the judiciary into is the only possible cause that will destroy this country. If he doesn't desist from trying to take the judiciary into his armpit, it is one thing that is going to cause this country that we will never rise again. So Martin Nyindam has no place to seek justice except to go to the court. And you listen to my brother Tanko, and he's making a lot of noise. Go to court. You have to. Why is your candidate? Why is it that he's running away from service by the courts? You are telling the people of this country that if you have a case, you should go to the court. But
Dennis, Mr. Computer says that the candidate is not running away from service.
If he's not running,
it is the work of the bailiff to find him wherever he is.
And so, if we cannot find him, it means that he's hiding. A whole parliamentary candidate who is supposed to be crisscrossing the constituency. So there are two things here: either they are hiding him, or the courts are deceiving all of us. And it's partly the reason why I say that.
But why do you think the NDC will be hiding their candidate? This is a party that
they
wants
don't want
the
candidate to be served because they don't want to be in the court. They know that once they get to the court, they'll have no good defense. And so now the only excuse he has is to come on there on behalf of the party and say properly serve, properly serve. Who's told him that the only process to properly serve somebody in court is to hand what is it? The rate to him personally. You can even go and post it anywhere. And so for the court clerks, bailiffs to come and tell us that they cannot find him, they cannot serve him in itself, is something that must worry all of us.
So you think, so at this point, it's like you're saying, you think the NDC is either hiding him or the court is being sinister?
All of us. What happens to substituted service? If they need him and they say they cannot locate him physically, they know his address. Why can't they go and post, even if they post it on social media or in any newspaper? He has been served duly by law. And the most interesting thing is that Computer Tanko and his NDC are becoming laughing stocks. You say your candidate does not fear being sent to the court because the court has ruled in his favor. The case was rightly administered. Why are you now trying to avoid another service by the superior courts? And so you talk to them, and always it's like, why is nobody challenging the court case? Who has told you that judgment that was passed by the judge is credible? We said that the judge did not even have the moral right to have even sat on the matter because the whole process was flawed ab initio. And so we didn't even expect the judge to go this far to come and give us this judgment. That is our position. However, because the courts are in ranks, we have the opportunity to go to the appeals court. We have the opportunity to be in the Supreme Court. It is the reason why we have had the worry. Why the Speaker of Parliament through the Clerk of Parliament could not, under this circumstance, wait for just 1 or 2 weeks to wait for the courts to pass their judgment before they proceeded to what they did. And last time when we were on your show, my brother Tanko wanted to make cases NDC has been taken to court. Yes. And then we gave the evidence that Nimakai and then Jachi Kwesin, who were all NDC people, were allowed to stay in the House of Parliament until the matters in the courts were exhausted. And so what was the rush? And we asked him a very important question, and he's trying to dodge it. You think the people of this country have not got sense, and so you can continue to showcase pride and arrogance. We have majority. We don't care. The people who gave the power to you, they did that in just 1 day. They can take that in 1 day. You think it will take years before they change their mind?
Well,
it will not take years.
But that is, aren't we towing the line? Aren't we towing the line when whoever is in opposition at a point in time does not trust the judiciary. This is an arm of government that is very important, and we need to guard jealously. But you are politicians are making it this way, where when you're in power you trust it, when you are not in power you do not trust it.
No, it is not true. When we came to opposition in the year 2008, the NDC had, before the election, gone around to tell the people of this country that they were going to prosecute MPP members because they were corrupt. In 8 years in opposition, we relied on the cause of this country to defend ourselves. To tell the people of this country that it is not true we are corrupt. It is the cause of Ghana, under the leadership of John Mahama and Professor Mills, that continued to give judgment in favor of MPP people who were taken to court. Who said we didn't believe in the court? It is only them, when they come to opposition, that they name a cause, calling them unanimous FC. Now, when they want power and the same cause were ruling in their favor, 9070, then they said that it was competent cause. We, the MPP, believe in the cause. It is the reason why we are saying that, irrespective of what our ambitions are, if you are destroying the executive arm of government, if you are destroying the legislature, at least let the judiciary stay, because it becomes the only credible arbiter in times of any misunderstanding. And so if President Mahama is arm twisting the judiciary, it is a worry all of us must stand up today and resist. Unfortunately, you make the case appear as if it is an MPP matter. It is not an MPP matter. Civil matters go to court. Most of these civil matters are normally cases between ordinary citizens of this country and government or government institutions. If you are running a judiciary that is not going to stand up to any wrongdoing of government in this country, then which of us are going to resort to going to court when they can perpetrate violence and get the results they want? Because the NDC is being rewarded based on violence, based on the fact that we will not sit down, we are in power, and the court is kowtowing to their pressure.
Okay.
And that is the worry we are expressing today. We are not saying we wouldn't have trusted the court. We can't trust the court because the first process that they have taken.
But Dennis,
judicial head.
Dennis, these comments are the reason why I ask what our political parties, the political class, as we call it, is doing to our judicial system. It looks like this is the arm of government that really does not have a mouth to speak for itself or to defend itself. They do not come into the public domain to mount any defense when any vitriol is directed at them, when insinuations are made. And so you found them, our political parties, you have found them as the easiest punching bag to hit. And I for one fear what we subject our judiciary to for the future, when we don't trust it. We continue to bemoan what some years ago happened to some justices of our judiciary who sadly lost their lives. And so when these comments continue, we allow for people to say that, oh, these justices or these judges deserve what comes at them.
Now, that is a threat that comes from the NDC. It's a threat that comes from the NDC. We have never threatened the judiciary before. And the judiciary are scared because they are presidents. They have a history of 1982, what happened to their senior colleagues. And so we said that what we were all setting down for President Mahama to start doing was dangerous. It's dangerous. We in opposition, we believe that the judiciary can still save this country. It is the reason why in 2012 elections, when the Akufo-Addo was not satisfied, he did not lead the mob as President Mahama did in 2020. President Mahama, before going to Supreme Court, led the mob, even went to EC office. And interestingly, when he was a sitting president between 2013 and 2016, he declared the EC as a security zone because he had brought in one darling, Charlotte Osei, to become EC chair.
But aren't all of these things conjectures? Dennis, aren't you conjecturing at this point?
I'm not conjecturing it. I'm saying that President Mahama, it was during his time that he declared the EC a security zone. But when he lost election 2020, then they defied the order that he gave that the place was a security zone, went to burn ties. Another in 2012, when he was dissatisfied with what declaration came from the EC. He did not go and bend ties on the streets. He went straight to the court because he believed in the court. He thought that the court's dignity had been preserved over years since independence. And so if anybody needed any credible interpretation of whatever was happening in this country, that was the best place to go. Mahama, after moving around, parading the streets of this country, causing commotion, confusion, they even attacked innocent drivers who were driving along the streets. Tanko was part of the mob. Then they
how sure are you that he was part of it?
He was part
well, Mr. Rashid Tanko is on the line, and so I'll give him the opportunity to respond to this because this is a direct hit at him.
He'll come back. He will not tell you he was not part. He's been very instrumental in the activities of the NDC. It is the reason why they gave him his position, and now he's dropping administrator position. So let him be. If you tell him he was not part, people will even begin to rethink how they see him. But my point is that before they proceeded to take legal action, they caused commotion on the streets of this country. If there's any group of people who do not have confidence in the judiciary, it is the NDC. They stayed in opposition in 8 years. They tried to go to courts without evidence. They were always embarrassed. Even after 2020 election, the whole national chairman, who all of us have come to describe as a political colossus in this country, went to court and was not able to present any evidence. Asedun Katia himself sat in the dock and then what do I want to say? He just went there to embarrass himself and his party and President Mahama, who he was representing. Now, fast forward, you come to power. Now you see that you cannot just gather any chaff and go to court and get judgment on your side. So you have to attack the judiciary, put them in a fearful position. You scare them to their bone. Why? Because if you have the power to remove their head, I said the last time, if you cut the head, any appendage of the body is useless because there's no coordination from the brain that will make any part of the body work. And so they believe that once the head is threatened and removed, no lower court judge will dare stand their way.
Okay.
And the only way they think they can continue to take the power of this country and behave as if they are coup makers. President Mahama is behaving like somebody who came to power through a coup d'etat, only hiding behind the 1992 constitution. And like we had a discussion here last time, Tanko said it is not on the table yet, meaning that they are orchestrating.
No, Dennis, the NDC for which Mr. Rashid Tanko Computer is a member and deputy director of elections, has released the statements signed by the chairman himself that the NDC is not pushing for any third term for the president. Wouldn't it be unfair to insinuate that?
I am told that they say the letter is fake. I don't know if you heard that.
Well, then let me hold you then and go to Mr. Tanko Computer.
No, I'm coming. Let me give you just one few lines before I drop. So, if the letter was true or not, President Mahama, the NDC is in their own assessment ahead of 2028 election. They know that from how they have started, by the next 3 years, they will have no credible person to contest Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, who is likely to be elected in January by the MPP. And so the only credible candidate they may have is to just bring back Mahama again.
Well, let me hold you then.
It is a temptation that all Ghanaians must stand up and fight against.
Mr. Tanko, are you still with me, sir?
I'm here.
Yes.
I'm listening to Dennis.
You are listening to Dennis. Dennis has made a lot of comments. He even mentioned your name in one aspect of it. I give you the opportunity to respond to that. But the letter from the NDC concerning the third term, was it really written and signed from your party?
Let me tell you, there's no discussion of whatsoever concerning anything like that. So that will warrant our national chairman to issue statement. And people fake that statement and brought it to the public. And you people are feeding into that statement. That's MPP propaganda. What has Panda by everyone got to do with third term or not third term? And then go about writing this in. You know, they started that thing in Parliament with placards and all these things. Then the following day they came out with that statement and put it out there. Our national chairman has not written any statement. He has not signed any statement. It should be ignored completely. That's NPP propaganda. We are not going to fall into
So that statement that President Mahama is not looking for a third term.
I am saying that the national chairman has not issued any statement.
Okay.
Don't create a story for it and expect us to argue on that statement.
Well, Mr. Tanko, thank you so much on that. Since now we have some understanding on that. Panda is just 2 weeks away from now. You said that 3 days ago is when you started some very serious campaigning in Pandai.
Let me respond to something.
Okay, go ahead.
You see, my good friend is saying that the judge shouldn't have sat on the matter and even make a ruling. He's inviting their lawyers. The lawyers of Martin Yinda. We filed the matter on 25th January 2025, and there was a case management stage where their lawyers participated. And the 14 relief that we were asking the court to rule on, at the case management, 3 issues were established for which we are going to prosecute the matter. 3 issues. Their lawyers were there. They all nobody raised an issue about whether the application was competent or incompetent. They didn't see anything wrong with it. They thought that we had done the right thing, and they participated in the case management. We started the matter. By February, we have started. Up to November 2025. Interestingly enough, on 14th November, Dennis, your people are not telling you the truth. So sometimes they come and tell you these stories, then you come and also be doing propaganda. Look, 14th November, your lawyer, that's the Nyindam lawyer, wrote his written address to the court, exposing reasons why those reliefs should not be upheld. There was no portion where he mentioned that the application was incompetent because it was filed outside the mandatory 21 days. None. In his pleading, he didn't put anything there. So what are you talking about? Then your people, they should spare this propaganda. We've gone past that. That's it.
Well, Mr. Tanko,
in any case, I've also added to you. You can't go to election. Dennis, you have been part and parcel of NPP communications and all that. Have you ever heard that a polling station currently, in our recent one, 2024 election, we had polling stations up to 900 voters? None. There's nothing. The highest is 750. Then when you take the ruling, the High Court judge made reference to some polling stations recording as much as 1,400, 1,200 in favor of Martin Yindam. If this is not rigging, what do you describe it? I don't know the word I'll use again.
Mr. Tanko, now we know that in 2 weeks' time, Pandai rerun will happen, if all things remain equal. Will we see that the NDC will deploy their fullness into Pandai, as we saw in Akwatia? In Akwatia, it looked like the whole party was there, from your top to the bottom.
That's how we are going. We are going from the top to the bottom. All of us are living for Pandai. I am telling you, these 2 weeks, the thing we will do there, we'll go there with massive message, properly designed message that will let the people know that the only political party that was voting is NDC, and they are going to vote for NDC. I'm telling you.
Is the message going to be the same as Akwatia, where you say that vote for an
MP? It's a different environment.
It's a different environment. So it's not going to be vote for the NDC, vote for Daniel Nsalawapao because his government is in power.
Yeah, it's a different message. We have different message.
Will you let us
message for Panda, and then we are packaging it. We won't let our opponents know. They should meet us over there in the constituency.
Okay, they should meet you in the constituency. Then, as you hear that, the NDC says that meet them in the constituency, and then let's see. But well, let me move to a very slightly different conversation, and we'll close with that very soon. Dennis, did you want to say something?
Are you moving away from Panda? Or
yes, I'm moving away from Panda. Do you want to have a final word on that?
I just make a point.
Like I told you, they should come and face it.
He said he could not hear me the first time I spoke on Panda. And so I just want him to hear me well. I'm saying that nature has a way of bringing you down if you show pride and arrogance. The people of this country have given you a lot of seats. They think you could work with it. It is the expectation of the Ghanaian people that the majority you have in parliament today will be able to help you implement the 133 job offer you promised the youth of this country. It is not happening. It is not the additional seat you are going to go for from Panda that is going to make Ghanaians believe in you. It's better you concentrate on the mandate they have given you and stop causing trouble in this country. Hiding behind by-elections. It is likely that by the time they come from Pandai, they would have beaten people and probably killed somebody. They won't stop. They think they can put fear in the people of this country just to subdue our expectations. Please, last time I heard your Deputy General Secretary who says that some Malams have come from Niger to come and just, I don't even know what to say, caused a swarm of bees to come and beat your people, stung them to the point that one of you died. Take care of yourselves. Preserve your life. It may not be bees this time. It may be maybe the people of Panda who resist you. Nobody is coming to meet you there on any basis. I've told you, I don't even expect the MPP to put in a fight. If President Mahama and the being supported by the cause wants to destroy this country, let's give them the chance, at least for 1 or 2 years, and see if the people are going to be happy. We talk about when we went to court, the people are not telling us the truth. The most significant precedent we have that we are all alluding to are the fact that cases have happened in Parliament. It did not cause the Speaker of Parliament. In fact, under Speaker Bagman, that was when Jachi Kwesin's matter happened. And so he sat in Parliament, allowed Jachi Kwesin to be in Parliament until the courts had determined.
Well, Dennis, I'll come back to you. Let me go back to Mr. Rashid Tanko Computer, where I move away from Pandai and take a look at our Ghana debt talk. Mr. Computer, in the third quarter, we are...
Unfortunately, I have to go because something...
I appreciate that. Just about 2 seconds.
But if you could. I want to assure Dennis and his MPP that, look, they should come to Pandai. Nobody is going to beat them. Nobody is going to hate them. They should come. It's a free flow. In fact, this country is being governed by a responsible president, somebody who cherishes the lives of every Ghanaian. We will not use state security to beat people like what happened to Ayo West War. Dennis, you are in this country. When you went and brought that hoodlums of MPP and put them at national security, look at the hell they beat up people. Members of parliament were being slapped. We will not do that. So if you think that the NDC will do that, I can assure you won't do that. We will allow you to campaign freely in Pandai, bring your team. You have your day in Pandai for the campaign, but I'm telling you, you will lose. You are going to lose heavily. Losing there, you will lose and lose heavily. I can assure you that one. But nobody is going to beat anybody there.
All right, Mr. Sanko.
We can assure you. Okay. I'm grateful.
I would have wanted you to touch on this topic a bit, but I appreciate that you have to attend to other matters. Thank you so much. We look forward to speaking again. Tanko Rashid Computer is the Deputy Director of Elections for the NDC. I've lost Dennis. I hope I can establish contact with Dennis very soon so that I can pick his thoughts on this matter. I wanted to look at our public debt that has risen to quite an appreciable number in just the past quarter. That's quite worrying to appreciate where we are going. We understand that the Bank of Ghana is putting in a lot of work, but this is what we are seeing. Dennis, if you are still with me, quickly on this matter, our debt stock has risen over 70 billion Ghana cedis in the third quarter of this year. How do you receive this?
And I was surprised you expected Tanko to comment on this. How was he going to explain? He will have to find an excuse and run away, like he has done. It's just an admission that they are ashamed of themselves. They have deceived the people of this country that they were managing the economy, not knowing that it was only by reckless borrowing. When they were leaving power, they said that Akufo-Addo had increased our debt stock to the tune of some 700 billion. Since the days of Nkrumah, nobody had borrowed that much. Blah, blah, blah. Mahama left it at 122. And now, within a period of 3 months, John Mahama has added 70 billion. Within a period of 3 months, between July and September 2025, John Mahama has borrowed 71.6 billion. That 71.6 billion has not constructed a single kilometer of road in this country. That 71.6 has not been able to commence the implementation of the 24-hour economy. That same amount has not been able to pay teachers who had worked for the past 1 year. That same 71 billion could only pay one man out of what nurses who were employed in November last year were due. That 71.6 billion in the last 3 months has not been able to increase the wages and salaries of workers by even 15%. And they come back and tell us that, oh yes, you are managing the economy. What are they managing? He said that John Mahama and the NDC have no economic prowess. Yes, the MPP were faced with economic difficulties. We were challenged heavily as to how we were able to sustain the economy. But all indications were given ahead of 2024, 2025 that the economy was going to be better in 2025 based on the difficult measures we were taking prior to 2024. It got most people to their lowest. Business people, common Ghanaian citizens, people suffered. Nobody is saying that we were able to manage the economy without difficulty. But Nana Addo Akufo-Addo gave that indication way ahead in 2020 that the decisions we were taking to save the lives of this country was not going to come at no cost. We were going to face the consequences. And we expected that to happen, and it began to happen in 2022. Now you come to power. And you know one interesting thing. They said that Akufo-Addo left a lot of domestic debt. That was pegged at, I think it was 15 cedis to the dollar. You know, our debt stock is just calculated in dollar terms. And so if you go and borrow 10 million today in the Ghanaian domestic market, and the dollar is 11, it will be 10 times 11. In the days of the MPP, the depreciation was high, and dollar was pegged at 15. And so they accumulated that to the tune of some 700 billion. They said that Akufo-Addo was wicked. Now you come and your dollar is denominated at 10 cedis, 10.4 cedis. And you have been able to borrow to the tune of 71.6 billion in 3 months. That should tell you the quantum of money they have taken from all of us. And so I believe the economy, we are not expecting it to be run down. But we believe that Tato Forsen, by the way, do you know that Tato Forsen is John Mahama's next choice for their presidential candidate? Are you aware?
Dennis, you are saying it.
So you are not aware, then it must be brought to your attention.
Okay.
John Mahama's fair is to get Tato Forsen and John Jinapo to run for the NDC in 2028.
But Dennis, in one vein, you say that the NDC does not have any formidable person to run against Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia that you believe would win. In another vein, President Mahama is grooming him.
No, I didn't say he's formidable. I'm saying that is the choice of President Mahama. I'm only giving you an indication whether he's formidable or not. That is Mahama.
But the question is, let me stay on that a bit. If that is the choice of President Mahama, why then would the NDC be looking for a third term?
I'm telling you that Mahama has an agenda. Some NDC people believe that if they can get a second term in 2028, Mahama is their best choice. So whether he likes it or not, let's force him and get him to run for all of us so that we can continue to spend on the coffers of the country. That is a fact. If that does not work, Mahama must have a choice. And so somebody will call it his plan B. And so his plan B is to get out of force. And it's the reason why. Now, do you know that not a single paper even goes to the office of the chief of staff? When he started doing his works, becoming a marathon runner, I don't know whether for the people of Sukum or the Jubilee House, they've now told him to sit by the table. Not even a paper goes to him. He's been reduced to nothing because he was becoming over ambitious. I say Dunkatia believes that Atoforsen is just a small boy who came not long ago, so he is not going to allow him to be imposed on them. So it's not going to be a joke. But my point is that because Atoforsen has got that ambition, he believes that the only thing that he will have as a point to run on will be to say that he was able to run the economy to the best of the expectation of Ghanaians. And so the best way to show that is to make sure that the city is given the strength, whether artificial or AI induced or whatever. They want to give strength to the city in the eyes of the public so that it becomes a trump card for him to run on, because he knows he's going to run against Bawumia. Bawumia is an economic wizard. No matter what comes of the campaign, economy will become a subject matter and he would want something to run on. And so he's borrowing heavily at the expense of you and I, at the expense of job creation, at the expense of salaries that are supposed to be paid to Ghanaian workers who have worked for years and months, just to make sure that he gives a position on the city that during his time as finance minister, the city was stronger. That is all that he's trying to do. And we believe that he cannot continue to deceive the people of this country. If the economy is good, it will show, it will manifest. Nana Danko Akufo-Addo, despite the fact that they want to brand him wicked, they want to brand whatever, it is evident that Nana Danko Akufo-Addo was able to implement free education. Nana Danko Akufo-Addo was able to implement NAFCO. Nana Danko Akufo-Addo was able to reduce the electricity tariffs and give free water to the people of this country. It is evident that Nana Danko Akufo-Addo recruited heavily into our security forces. Nana Danko Akufo-Addo invested in housing for our security services, the police, and Nana Danko Akufo-Addo did a lot of affordable housing projects. And so if the economy is good, the economy will help you do what the people expect you to do. And so if you're a government today and you go around and tell the people of this country that the economy is good, yet you are not able to create jobs, yet you are not able to pay salaries of people who have worked for this country over a year, yet you are not able to do anything meaningful. On top of that, you are chasing a presidential jet that is so lazarus that the people of this country will have to suffer a $60 million bill for you to fly lazarusly. So I believe that it is a disgrace that the NDC will hide behind debt as a strength for economic management. 71.6 billion in 3 months. It's unpardonable. And I wish the finance minister will come clear, be truthful to the people of this country, and tell us that all the things, all the proclaimed achievements that he has over the past 1 year in terms of economic management were just through borrowing, and that he had no concrete policy under implementation. I believe if you continue on this path, the people of this country are going to be the end users. The young people of this country are people who are going to remain unemployed. And I don't think that is going to help. Now, I have come to meet a number of hospitals. Now, you hear them. And I heard one of their communicators making a useless comment that the NDC is going to complete 10 of the Agenda 111. They will not be like the MPP who laid foundation for 110 hospitals. He should go and estimate the cost for bringing the hospitals to the levels that they came to meet. 111 at a time. 111. You came to meet some of them over 80% completion point. You've not been able to make a very good decision to complete all of them. You are coming to both. So if we give you the opportunity to complete them 10 in a year, it means that we need more than 10 years to complete the Agenda 111. At which time, most of them would have been dilapidated. Sorry. And so I believe that the economic prowess has been espoused by Atoforsen all this while has been exposed. They are only running on borrowing. And if you continue to borrow, take money from the system. Now, we move outside the Jubilee House, traders are crying. Now, they come and tell you that the city has been strengthened. It's a very simple logic. They come and tell you that they've reduced taxes. They tell you that they've removed taxes. If you go to the port, duties are paid in dollar-denominated terms. And so if you come and tell us that when we came to power, the livelihood of people have come down because now the dollar is down, people can import cars. When the car come to Ghana, and the people go and pay the duties. If they were paying 25,000 and now they're expected to pay 39,000, go and tell them that duty has become cheaper. Go and tell them that.
All right, then.
So I believe that the people of this country are not asleep. We are far awake. The president and his people cannot continue to deceive any of us. I believe Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia and the MPP have given time. They have just given them some time after January. You begin to hear us speak to the people of this country what the actuals are against the propaganda that they've been spewing all this year. We let the people know that the country is being run in the wrong direction. Thank you very much.
All right, Dennis, thank you for speaking with us this morning. Do enjoy the rest of your day.
I wish you same. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Dennis Kwakwa is the former Ashanti Regional Director, Communications Director for the NPP. Earlier, Rashid Tanko Computer, the CEO for GIFEC and also Deputy Director of Elections for the NDC, spoke with us. That is all for main discussion this morning on ABC in the morning. After this break, we will bring you Ghana Speaks, where you can call and share your thoughts with us on the conversations we are having. 053-916-1609. 053-916-1609. Call us and share your thoughts. After this break, we'll be back.
Rent back with the Pia Upa. Come on, come see you. Wait, this guy. My friend, see before.
It's the Telecel Too Much Money promo. Win cash daily, weekly, and a grand prize of 1.2 million Ghana cedis. Just reload or buy a bundle with Telecel Cash to earn points and stand a chance to win big. Dial *500# or visit the Telecel Play app to opt in and start winning in the Telecel Too Much Money promo. Terms and conditions apply. This promo is regulated by the NLA on the Caritas Lottery platform.
When is campaign? If you're a baby, many schedule no. If you know, meto chiaka. Inti ene, uno ba no mpe baby amobeda. Oh no abeka. Ye did too much money. No matter.
Telecel, connecting energies.
Playing for your country, easy. Scoring, easy. Winning, easy. You know what be easy now? Kibo 4-in-1 Gary mix. Easy. It gets everything inside. Gary, creamer, sugar, roasted groundnuts. Just add water. Sharp my soakings make ready. Taste and energy. Made easy. I'm a match winner, but the real champion is Kibo 4-in-1 Gary mix. Champion taste.
Also available strawberry, coconut, and chocomore. This advert is FDA approved.
Welcome back. It's time for Ghana Speaks, where we hear your voice and what you have to tell us on the show. 053-916-1609. 053-916-1609. Share your thoughts with us. Today, Otunfor Seitutu II will present his mediation report on the Boko conflict to President John Dramani Mahama. We also know that today is the day the Supreme Court will be sitting on the Pandai issue. And so you can call us and share your thoughts with us. Some comments on Facebook. Ernest Ajimandua says, good submission from Kwakwa. Teacher Kujo Tepenyunesusu says, the spirits of the ancestors of Pandai have been provoked by the NDC. How I wish they would starve those beasts and release them the day President Mahama said, oh, Teacher Kujo, I mean, it's not right to wish something like this on anybody. Bee stings, you know how bee stings could be deadly, especially when swarms of bees attack anybody. So Teacher Kujo, I am pleading with you. This comment is not a common comment I will even read up until the end. And as usual, you send your greetings to Dr. Baumia, to Chairman Odenehu, Kwekwa Pia, to Eric Nana, Ajiman Prempe, and JFK. Well, thank you for your message. However, I wish it were a better message. 053-916-1609. 053-916-1609. Call us and share your thoughts with us on this issue of the Pandai parliamentary rerun. On 30th of December, the rerun will take place in Pandai, barring any changes. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, how are you?
I'm fine, thank you. What's your name and where are you calling from, sir?
I'm calling.
I'm unable to hear you, sir. What's your name and where are you calling from?
My name is Dennis. I'm calling from La Paz.
James.
I'm calling from Capra, La Paz.
La Paz. Okay, thank you for calling. Please share your thoughts with us.
The man who just spoke, he spoke to right now.
Okay. What has he done?
Oh, he spoke well, but sometimes, you know, in Ghana, we don't have to trust all of them. And sometimes it's like when NPP is on power, they rule the country the way they like. And the NDC on power, they rule the country out there. But let's leave Jamama to rule the country. Let's see what is going on, what to go through by 4 years time. By God grace, everything will go through. Ghana people have to forget all of what they are saying and let's what is coming forward.
Okay.
We should forget all of them because of they are all the same. But in principle, be a change, you know. They want to marry. Whether 7 billion, 7 billion, they take more than what you are expecting. So it's like we have to put our ear and our eyes down and see what God will do for us.
Okay.
They are not God. So we should forget all of them and let's concentrate on Jamama and what you go through. It's like I'm annoyed, so I can't talk.
Well, James, I hope you calm down. I hope your heart cools down, like we would say locally. But thank you for calling and sharing your thoughts with us. James from Capra is letting us know what he thinks of this matter. Let's also hear from you. Today, the Supreme Court is expected to sit on this matter of the Pandai parliamentary rerun. Matthew Nyindam and his lawyers have taken the matter to the Supreme Court. And so the decision of the Supreme Court will determine whether the rerun will hold. The rerun that is slated for 30th of December 2025. Call us and share your thoughts with us on this parliamentary seat rerun in Pandai. Global Info Analytics also tips Matthew Nyindam ahead of Daniel Insala Wakbao. Matthew Nyindam is at the moment at 50%, whilst Insala Wakbao is at 46%. And so how is it looking like? 3% of voters are undecided and 1% for the independent candidate that also stood. What do you make of this? Share your thoughts with us. 053-916-1609. 053-916-1609. Share your thoughts with us and let's appreciate what you two have to say on this Pandai parliamentary seat rerun. The NDC says that they are going to be there and they're going to sell their message, sell their candidates for the people so that the people make the right decision in Daniel Wakbao. The NPP says that the right decision is Matthew Nyindam, and this matter shouldn't have come this far at this point because in 2024, Pandai decided whom they wanted. They did not stutter when they said that they wanted Matthew Nyindam. How is this going to play out? What are going to be the dynamics within Pandai for this parliamentary seat rerun? Call us 053-916-1609, 053-916-1609, and share your thoughts with us. Would love so much to hear from you and hear what you two have to say on this matter of the Pandai parliamentary rerun. We also know that Otumfuo Osei-Tutu II Asantehene will be presenting his mediation report to President John Dramani Mahama today. When that report presentation is happening, rest assured ABC News GH will bring you everything so that you would appreciate it. The Ghana desktop stock has risen over 70 billion Ghana cedis in the third quarter of this year. What does this mean? Does this cause you to worry in some ways? You can call us and share your thoughts with us. Really, is this indicative of the way this government is handling our economy, or we should continue to allow government to handle it as prudently as it says it is, and see what the government is able to report to us at the end of 1 year? In a few weeks' time, government will have been 1 year in power. 053-916-1609, 053-916-1609. Call us, share your thoughts with us. Would love so much to hear you and what you have to say on all of these matters that we are discussing here on ABC in the morning. Call us and share your thoughts with us. Are you within Pandai? How is the election shaping up? You can share your thoughts with us so that we appreciate what you two have to say. You know, there's so many dynamics when it comes to these rerun of election. Like we saw in Ablekuma North, you're not going to see the numbers show up as usual, but maybe because Pandai will be happening during the holiday season, maybe the people of Pandai will show up, those who will be traveling home to go and celebrate the Christmas with their families and their loved ones. But how do you see it shaping up? Do you think that Watpao has an advantage over Nyindam, or Nyindam has the advantage over Watpao? You can call us and share your thoughts with us. 053-916-1609, 053-916-1609. In a few minutes, I will close the phone lines when the sports team will also come and tell us what to expect. You know that very soon the AFCON will be starting, although Ghana is not part of it. It's AFCON, and many of us are interested in seeing how far the competition goes. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning. Hello? Hello, can you hear me, sir? Hello, good morning.
Hello, my name is Rashid.
Okay, Rashid, calling from?
Mazi.
Okay, let's hear you, Rashid.
I think that the government is doing too much in terms of the Pandai seat. How many seats does this government want? I think that if they continue in this tangent, by the next 2 years, there will be no minority. Thank you.
Okay. Rashid, thank you. Thank you so much. We are glad that you called. Rashid says government is doing too much in terms of the Pandai seat, and he asks the question about the number of seats government wants. He projects that if government continues on the tangent it is on, in the next 2 years, there will be no minority in parliament. Well, that is Rashid and his thoughts on the matter. Let's hear you to 053-916-1609, 053-916-1609. You can call us and share your thoughts with us on all of these matters that we are discussing here on ABC in the morning, here on ABC News GH. Call us, have to say on the matter. 053-916-1609, 053-916-1609. You also know that Matthew Nyindam has sued the clerk of parliament, Mr. Ahoma Jetro, for contempt of court. This Pandai seat has really opened us up to a lot of conversations, especially around legalities. Well, let's hear what you two have to say. 053-916-1609. If I do not have any caller, I will take a break. When I return, the sports team will join me here on the show, and we'll bring you the latest in the world of sports.
Influencer, a groundbreaking feature where you can make money by just sharing codes. He just needs to share his codes and make money. The more his codes are used, the more money he makes. Oh yes, so what are you waiting for? Anyone can be a bet influencer. Share your codes and make money. Bet Influencer, another world first from Betway.
This advert has been approved by the Gaming Commission of Ghana. Betway, get way more.
Rent back with the Pia Upa. Come on, come see what? Where this guy? My friend, see before.
It's the Telesur Too Much Money promo. Win cash daily, weekly, and a grand prize of 1.2 million Ghana cedis. Just reload or buy a bundle with Telesur Cash to earn points and stand a chance to win big. Dial *500# or visit the Telesur Play app to opt in and start winning in the Telesur Too Much Money promo. Terms and conditions apply. This promo is regulated by the NLA on the Caritas Lottery platform.
When is campaign? If you're a baby, many schedule no. If you know, meto chiaka. Inti ene, uno ba no mpe baby amobeda. Oh no abeka. You did too much money. No matter.
Telecel, connecting energies.
Hey, so mommy, who is going to do my wedding jollof?
Oh, Kwame. You know our secret, right?
Yeah.
Efia.
Yes, me. I've got it.
Now add your Chino jollof mix.
The perfect blend of tomatoes, pepper, and fine herbs and spices to ensure a consistent taste every time. And there you have it, your original Ghana jollof.
Jollof so good.
Jollof so good. Tasty nye.
What is going on here?
Enjoy jollof the Ghana way. Gino jollof is made with the perfect blend of tomatoes, pepper, and fine herbs and spices to ensure a consistent taste every time.
Gino jollof so good.
This advert is FDA approved.
Welcome back. It's time for the latest in the world of sports. Eugene Oforisoti joins me here. Eugene, you're welcome.
Thank you.
We are a few days to AFCON.
Exactly.
Ghana is not an AFCON, but I'm very much looking forward to AFCON. The excitement. I realized that over the years, every time we have AFCON, the excitement is there.
Yeah.
The last AFCON, our use of VAR seemed to have been better than
even in main Europe.
Yes.
But I think that speaking of the AFCON, maybe because Ghana is not there, there's no excitement. There's no. I don't feel the AFCON atmosphere.
That's true. The atmosphere is not there. By now, many adverts would have been
exactly
about AFCON, the proud sponsor of Black Stars.
Exactly. and maybe by this time a few influencers would have been in Morocco, and they would have been doing a few promos and adverts, trying to whip up support for the national team. So basically, as you said, we are in the AFCON season. We've got a few interviews for you tonight. We'll release our interview with Tom Seinfeld, who is
been talking about this for a very long time. I'm actually looking forward to it.
So tonight,
is it that you are supporting Mali to win the AFCON?
No. So Tom, let me put it this way: for us as journalists, we try and get who we can easily get. And you know, Tom actually wanted a Ghana job. Tom, Tom was interviewed by the FA for over 4 hours, only for the job to be given to Tuado. And I'm sure he's still interested in a job. So when Tom hears you are Ghanaian, he opens up and speaks to you. Right. And very few of those foreign coaches speak English as well. Most of them are Francophone people, but Tom is Francophone. He speaks French, also speaks English as well. And I think the Mali has great potential, so it was interesting to also speak to him. So it's not like we have any interest in Mali, but Tom is a nice man, and we decided to speak to him on that.
But who are you pegging for the trophy this year?
So you know that for Morocco, Ivory Coast at the last AFCON did the host and win, and Morocco has an even better squad than the Ivorians. So Morocco stand a good chance. Senegal also stand a very good chance. Algeria having performed really well at the last 2 AFCONs, they've rebuilt their squad. They also have a good chance. So I'm looking at Morocco, Ivory Coast, Algeria, and probably Senegal. They are the teams I think are very much likely to win the AFCON. So tonight we've got the interview with and possibly
Senegal
Senegal won it in AFCON 2021. Right. That was in Cameroon. Yeah, that was their first and only ever AFCON title. So they'll be hoping to get their second AFCON title in Morocco.
But with all that is happening with Mo Salah, do you want him to win so that at least will shut down some of the noise around him and United?
I don't think
Liverpool, beg your pardon.
I don't think he'll win the AFCON.
Why?
Even when even when Egypt they had a very strong squad in 2017, they failed to beat Cameroon, and since then the squad strength has dwindled over the years. At the moment, I think the very experienced players in their team will be the goalkeeper El Shanawi, and then Mahmoud Trezeguet, then Mohamed Salah himself, and just a handful of players who are very, very experienced. All those experienced players are no longer in the squad, and also a player like Mo Salah, they'll be looking at other players like Mustafa Mohamed and Omar Mamouche, who themselves are also struggling in terms of a good run of form. So I don't think Egypt stand a good chance of winning the AFCON. And so honestly, maybe Salah would have a good tournament, but Egypt wouldn't perform very well.
Give us what you have for us today on the sports segment.
So speaking of the AFCON, a lot of the countries are doing their preparing assiduously for the AFCON, which starts on Sunday, 21st of December. A few friendlies have been played. Uganda played against Asfar of Morocco a few days ago in a 2-2 draw. Well, South Africa will also play in the AFCON, and they are taking on the Black Galaxies of Ghana in a friendly this afternoon at 2 p.m. And we'll hear from the head coach of the Black Galaxies, Coach Kasim Mingo, as he speaks ahead of the friendly against the Bafana of South Africa, who will be at this year's AFCON.
Okay, thank you. We arrived in South Africa on Sunday morning, the dawn, and coming here. Although started our training yesterday, we had a rest Sunday evening and start training yesterday morning. And so far, could see our preparation is not bad, and we're going to find out our preparation this evening at the venue where we play the match tomorrow. And I know the reason why we were invited to come to this place, because the Bafana are playing their last try match to assess their readiness for the AFCON tournament. And we are also here to give them what they needed. The reason why they invited us, they want to assess the strength and weakness of their team, so that they will be battle ready for the AFCON. And we are also ready to give it to them, whatever they need from us. And it will help also to assess also our team, for the young ones among us to get the international exposure. Oh yes, football, it's about mentality, and let's say it's an opportunity. Whenever you give an opportunity to somebody, you have to prove it. Squad. So I don't think the players here are going to be run over just like that. I think they are coming to give a good performance at the play. So I'm confident in them. I knew they can stand the task ahead of us. Yeah. And we, our team.
So that's the Black Galaxies head coach, Kasim Mingolo, can say there. He says they'll be giving the Bafana South Africa a good run for their money. Let's also hear from the skipper, Razak Simpson of Nations FC. He's also saying that it's a good experience for them against the South African opponents.
First of all, I would like to congratulate and wish South African Football Association all the best in the coming AFCON games. And I would like to thank God also. We the players, is a massive opportunity for us coming to South Africa to play against a wonderful team like South Africa. Like, I think it will open a lot of doors for us, and also senior national teams. All of us want to play there, so it's a big opportunity for us. I think right now, I look at dialect, we see agrarian form. Like, we believe in what our coaches have taught us. So I think I don't want to comment much about it tomorrow. Yeah, we'll go and play and do our tactics and everything. Yeah. Yeah, like we are not putting much pressure on us and everything. We believe in our qualities. We believe in ourselves, and coming tomorrow, everybody will see what Ghana Premier League is made of. Yeah, I think Angola, and I have not played against South Africa before, but with me, the experience that I've got from the Angola or the national team, I think I've been able to sit down with some of the players, the mature players, and we've talked about one or two things. So yeah, it's good. What was it was my debut, and I think all I want to say is I give God all the glory, and it was something marvelous for me. I really wished for that moment, and yeah, it came.
Well, so away from the Ghanaian perspective, let's head to the South African perspective. Let's hear from their head coach, Hugo Bruce, on what this game presents to his Bafana squad as they ascertain their level of preparedness for the AFCON 2025.
I think that the players also are aware that what the football technical things, that those things need to be better in the next days. But we have still time when we arrive in Morocco, so again, I don't worry. The game of tomorrow is more a training game than a selection game. First of all, I'm happy that we have a game, even it's against a team who is not on the strongest, but we have a team and we have a game, and that is important. So on the other side, I can leave some players out of the team because they have little injuries, and I don't want to take a risk tomorrow to let them play and having a more serious injury and maybe miss the AFCON. So again, there will be other players who we will give the opportunity to play and to adapt a little bit on the Bafana way of playing. Before you ask some questions, I want to say something about the previous days.
So that's South African head coach Hugo Bruce. Let's also hear from their skipper, Ronald Williams. He, at the last AFCON, was the goalkeeper of the tournament. Subsequently, he was nominated for the Yashin Trophy award as well. Let's hear from him as he shares his thoughts on today's game.
Yeah, no, we're obviously using it as a preparation game to see how far we are, to test ourselves against a good opponent as well. And, it's also good just for everyone to get minutes. And obviously we haven't played a match in a long time, in over a week now, so it will be good to see the boys together. And there's also a lot of new faces and familiar faces that weren't here for a long time that's back into the team now. So it's good for the team spirit, and just for us to gel together again, because it's been a long time since you've seen someone like Rile, someone like Sian Gizana, and obviously the youngsters that are coming through as well. So we need obviously to give the coach the feel about his team as well, and we're going to take it serious. We've taken every game serious this last few years. That's why we've been on this unbeaten run. We don't see it as a friendly game, it's a preparation game, and we're going to treat it like that.
So well, that's Rowan Williams, the goalkeeper for the South African national team. Well, the Black Stars also will be taking on Germany in an international friendly in March. It's part of the preparations for the Black Stars ahead of the 2026 FIFA World Cup. Remember, this friendly particularly was for the Ivory Coast. The Ivory Coast was scheduled to be playing against the German national team in March. But because Germany and Ivory Coast will be facing off in the World Cup itself in June 2026, both countries cannot meet, and so that opportunity was handed over to the Black Stars. So Ghana will be taking on Germany at the March friendly. When there's an international friendly window, we will take on Germany. They remember that Ghana met Germany in the 2010 World Cup. We lost by goal to nil. We then met Germany as well in the 2014 World Cup, where we played a 2-2 draw. So it's a World Cup classic we'll be having as a friendly when Ghana take on Germany there. Well, all from international football, let's head to club football in England in the EPL, where yesterday Manchester United played out an enthralling 4-4 draw against Bournemouth, where Ghanaian winger Antoine Semenyo was